Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If this would have been the 90s, over with. His career been over with before he started.
No, not at all. Drake
so?
would have survived in the 90s.
I don't think he would have.
Drake came in on the backs of the biggest label, right?
Okay.
And
okay.
the biggest artist,
Okay.
like constantly free features, right? He had no choice but to stay in the limelight, right?
Oh, they look out for their people. Yeah.
It ain't even that. He came in on the biggest artist's back and the biggest label, and he was tied to management through the most gangster fucking label. It's like, nigga, you had no choice but to succeed, right? If anybody else, that motherfucker could have signed Kid and Play, and if he had came in off the back of Lil Wayne, and then through Cash Money, and then through Rap A Lot.
At that time though, they wasn't really trying to push Drake. When he signed Drake to Young Money, he was trying to push Gunna. What's the light skinned nigga name with the fucked up grill? Gunna and
Tyga.
Corey Guns and Tyga and Nicki. Them were the four pillars. And Drake just kind of was like, yeah, okay. 40, make my beats, please. Because he didn't use, like, them niggas was using all Cash Money producers and shit.
Okay.
And he was like, nah, my nigga gonna make my own beats. And he kind of just shot out on his own to the point where Lil Wayne didn't have no choice but to say, shit, this nigga, I mean.
He also issued a new sound then, too. Nobody was doing that on his level.
Yeah, somewhat. I think, who was doing what Drake was doing before Drake? He took the Weeknd style. The Weeknd, his artist.
You know what I'm saying? The Weeknd, he started, basically those artists that became superstars now.
You know what, now that you mention that shit,
yeah.
he fucking did sign these niggas and they all sounded like, I said that the Weeknd, fucking Party Next Door, because we were talking about Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
And do he regret not signing Tory Lanez? But he signed all the artists that sound like him. That shit is crazy. That baffles me.
No, that's where he got his sound from.
Right.
He did the right thing about it.
He just,
He did the right thing. Yeah.
well,
And if you lock them in, then you definitely have access to their producers
That's what you get on.
and to everything that they got going on.
Yes, we live.
oh, we live. I did not know that.
My fault. I said, did y'all want to go live?
Yeah.
Oh,
We apologize for the Drake talk.
fucking
You know, we normally don't do that, but
City boy,
motherfucker, man, we not doing that. It is time for the hot girl summer to almost be over with. Y'all need to go ahead and take this loss. I'm sorry. I listen. Hot girl summer's done. It's over with. It's not coming back. I'm so glad that it's over with too, cause y'all had y'all time. Y'all always have a hot girl something. Sit your ass down. Where is stay at home summer and stay at home winter? Y'all always trying to get out and about and do some shit that y'all ain't got no business doing. You always want to go to fucking Miami. The cost of living in Miami is expensive. Why you want to run your ass out there? Save some fucking money. Save some fucking money and stay home. Stay your ass at home. Miami don't want you there.
City boy.
Miami don't want you there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga Lil Duval, because, you know, it's Lil Duval. But Miami don't want y'all there, so sit your ass at home instead of running out here in these streets trying to shake some naked ass that probably ain't even yours. Like,
You bought it out of catalog.
yeah, you done bought. That's why you running your ass up there to Miami trying to get them BBLs when you
Well-
need to be sitting at home trying to get these checks.
Well, I went to Finish Line yesterday, got my son some shoes, and they was in there, just BBL'd up, just 5, 6 of them, bro.
Listen,
They just be everywhere, bro. It's like you know you bought that out of catalog. You know, page 13, motherfucker. I seen that ad.
I was in Walmart today. BBLs everywhere, and it's so funny because apparently BBLs have an outfit now because all these hoes was wearing spandex and
sweatpants,
sweats. Yes,
with the matching jacket
Yes.
with it, and
Yes.
that fucking
Yes.
that tan and green Gucci.
Yes, it's like if you have a BBL, you have to wear this. This is the required attire.
That's the outfit
to
they
walk
give you
around.
after the surgery. They give it to you.
Wear this all day or your ass is gonna fall off.
Hey, yeah, it's cut just right to
You
keep
know,
your ass in place.
I've heard beauty is pain, and I'm all for if you feel like this is gonna make you comfortable, go for it. But nigga, you niggas walking around here looking like ants sometimes. Like you pay for the ass part, but forget the thighs and the legs. Like, come on, Get the whole package.
It's no, bro. It's a lie. It's a lie. They lying to you. I won't say you. When I see these asses,
Yeah.
just like when I see eyelashes and 10 pounds of makeup on,
Yeah.
it's a lie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They are lying to you.
Hey.
Hold on, and I'm gonna tell you why. I know we ain't even talking about this, but I'm gonna tell you why. From a biological standpoint,
Yeah.
right? Women's titties sit different when they're ovulating, fertile, right?
True.
Their cheeks are more rosy when they're fertile, right?
Mm-hmm.
All this shit is like your body changes, and on a subconscious level, we read that, we see
Mm-hmm.
that. We don't even acknowledge that we are doing that, but we see that.
Yep.
They realize that we have responded to all of this stuff, and in turn just make themselves look like that all the time.
Yep.
And we still respond to it because that's what we do, but it's a lie. They are lying to us. They are lying to us, bro. It is a lie. Your ass sit different when no, bro. No, it's a lie. They lying. You lying motherfuckers.
Just know that the last motherfucker that lied in China ended up getting sued by her husband.
Yeah.
Because they had kids together.
Yeah.
And the kids came out ugly.
Looking like
and
Steve.
Come to find out, she had all this plastic surgery.
But see, that's the thing. It is a lie. And again, from a biological standpoint, we responded to this stuff. So I'm thinking that genetically, this is you, right? And my children are gonna go through this body and come out as a mixture of what I have and what you have. And no, it comes out as a mix because you can't change yourself on a genetic level.
What you got is artificial.
Right. So it'll come out looking like a mix between me and an ant. And goddamn termite all in the face. Like, no, that ain't what I signed up for. You lying bitch.
You foggy out.
Hey, yeah.
With that being said, everybody, want to welcome y'all to the most dangerous show on YouTube, RNS here. And we are in the new home of the most proficient studio in the DFW Royal Lane studio.
Man.
We were in Arlington, Texas, but we have now moved to the luxurious building in Dallas, Texas. Give it up for Royal Lane Studios for the upgrade.
6400 Maple.
6400 Maple Street. Holla at Biz for all your wedding needs, photography, videography. We got it all in here. We got a bigger building, which is a lot more efficient. And y'all going to see a lot of enhancements coming real soon. We still up under construction right now. So if you can see the TV, it's actually on the floor and not up on the wall. But that's okay because we got a different space.
You know what I'm talking about?
We're in a different space. We're in outer space. But we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
You already know us. We're going to go ahead and start over there. And that it ain't even the corner no more. It's the
It ain't
wall.
no corner over on the wall. Stanley Jenkins, man, y'all know who it is. We keeping it simple today. It's just
Simple.
Just me as Ace and Dose in this motherfucker.
Moody Cuz here in spirit. Actually, Moody Cuz is in these comments.
Looking, man. But yeah, Stanley Jenkins, aka all that there. Yeah. S. Jenkins 03 on IG. Get down with me.
You know what I'm saying? I already know y'all can find me, the host with the most, King_it's_him on all social media platforms. King is him, one word on Snapchat. And if you weird, don't add me because I will cap.
Nah, you be adding them weird niggas.
I don't know. They can't be on the page, then they get deleted and blocked. Look at Moody Cuz. Moody Cuz talking about he didn't know what time. We were waiting on you, Moody. We waited.
We actually sat up and waited.
We waited.
We
You
did.
didn't say nothing today. I hit you and said Moody Cuz. You didn't say nothing. It's all good though. But fellas, Moody Cuz, we glad you in the comments, man, because what we're gonna talk about tonight is gonna be very, very serious. I mean, you gotta be living up under a rock if you don't know what's going on in DFW today.
Not necessarily.
I mean, yeah, somewhat. If you're not informed, I'm about to inform you.
It made TMZ.
It definitely made TMZ and the Shade Room
Man.
and Smash the Topic and any other hood, non-hood blogging site that you can think of. A Pee Wee Football League coach was murdered last night over a first down in the middle of a 9U flag scrimmage.
It wasn't even touched.
Wasn't even touched.
Flag.
And for you guys who don't understand why that's important, it's because, number one, the game didn't count. Let's just be clear about that. Number two, the game really didn't matter, win or lose. It wasn't going to go on any other team's record.
Well, it counted to somebody.
Oh, it did. So what ended up happening was sad event. Two teams played each other. One of them was the DEA Dogs, and the other one was the NDU Underdogs. So one of the teams is owned by a former NFL player, Aqib Talib, and the other one, DEA, I'm not sure who the owner is, but they're a top-notch organization. If you are into youth sports, you know DEA has been whooping ass for a long time. They're actually the team that beat a team 100-0 last year. They were blowing this team out. Like,
that's who that is.
Yes, that's that team.
They should have got that shit up early.
Yeah, if you follow on that team, you know they whoop ass. So basically, what ended up happening was there was a call on the field. The coaches were trying to argue with the referee. One of the other coaches were on the field. They ended up jumping one of the other coaches.
Who jumped him, though?
So, NDU coaches, players, fans end up jumping this one other coach. They was hitting this man with the first down marker, and it's not funny, but they were hitting him with the first down marker. And then even after that, he ended up getting shot 6 times.
He didn't end up getting shot.
He got shot.
Them motherfuckers shot him.
Yeah, they did. They did. In the events of all this, number one, you have a field full of 9-year-olds.
Right.
Not including who's in the stands, what age they were, whatever, what have you. But you have a field full of 9-year-old boys that you're trying to teach to be men. And one of those boys was his son, in which he does coach. So I'm going to start off with a brief moment of silence for that man and his family. And now we're going to get into the real nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
Let's start off with Texas youth sports. Texas youth sports is a joke. You know, and I'm saying that in the defense of you have, first of all, these coaches who have never coached before in their lives.
Yeah.
Who don't give a damn about giving back to the community or building these kids up to take on life. All they care about is A, winning or losing football games. B, they're betting on these kids. And then C, they want the best players. So they don't give a damn what this player got going on at home. They don't give a damn if this player's eating or not. They don't give a damn if this player's washing his ass or cleaning his clothes.
It's not about developing the child.
It's not about developing the child.
Or skills or no, none of that.
They letting these kids go out here and gang and
it's about the W and the L.
Yes, and that's a problem. You know, when I was growing up playing football, it was because they wanted us to be better. You know, of course, everybody wanted to win games. You know, teachers discipline and all this other shit. But they didn't want me. My first football experience was this program called JAM. And it was a flag football team. And it sucked.
It was horrible.
It was me, my partner Remy Rhodes, and a couple more other people that went to William James. But we sucked. And Remy was the quarterback. We had one catch the whole season, from Remy to me. And we were playing against guys like Ernest McGee and all them. But it was fun for us because we had never experienced nothing like that.
Organized football, yeah.
Right. And we just wanted to do something with each other that we hadn't done before. So it prompted us to want to play organized football with the school because that was our real taste of organized football, being a team player, being accountable with your team, win or lose, you know, and it was fun. We were like, yeah, we can do this.
Because I think if we should, I don't say we should, as people that are over children, we should be teaching them, just developing the game itself, right? And teaching them, developing those skills into life lessons, right?
Yes.
Because the worst thing you can do is lose like a bitch ass nigga.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the worst thing you can do is lose like a bitch ass nigga. The second worst thing you can do is win like a bitch ass nigga.
Yes.
Right? Because I guess that just teaches you don't be a bitch ass nigga. But it teaches you that early, right? Going so hard about winning and losing and being so ignorantly passionate about it, that's some shit you get in high school after you've already developed and everybody kind of knows their role. Right now with fucking 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds, we just teaching the game and teaching them how to take those lessons and develop it into your manhood.
Big fact. And that's that 12-year-old aspect of life, that is a very important age for a child, especially let's go into a black child or a Hispanic child, because typically those children who are involved, their fathers aren't involved. Right. So we are the father figures, or the coaches are the father figures in those children's lives. So everything you're teaching them even if they don't like it, they're going to take those tools and apply them onto the next situation, because in life, there's always going to be somebody that's going to tell you what to do.
But see, that's the thing. You coached last year,
Definitely.
and I was a parent in that same team. And then we would go to practices, right? We would go to games, right? How many men were there?
I would say at the games.
Outside of coaches.
Outside of coaches, the parents that showed up for the kids was probably 75% female.
Thank you, bro.
75% female.
We aren't, men don't pull up like we should.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the kids, now granted, it might be all kind of reasons. I'm not saying that, there's no excuse, right? There are some acceptable excuses why you don't show up. Because, I didn't go to every game.
Yeah.
So, but still, women, bro. So as men that are there, that are present, what we do is watched, bro.
Yes.
They watching us. They watching what we do. They watching how we interact with each other. They watching how we interact with the kids.
Those kids looked up to us. A lot of those kids were, Coach King, I'm doing this for you. I want to do this for you. Because they want to impress you. They want to show you that they can apply what you're giving them.
Yeah.
They just want to be acknowledged and recognized for whatever it is they bring it to the table. Whether it be, hey, Coach, I ran all my laps today.
Yeah.
I'm not even tired no more. Hey, Coach, you see me moving my feet? It's little victories to get to big victories.
Yeah.
And with that being said, it's story time. Let's go back to last year, because as we alluded to, I coached for all you who don't know, I coached the Crimson Tide 12U team.
Yeah.
Me, myself, Coach Ricky, Coach Ears, we were all there. And we did win a championship. Shout out to that team. You group of boys were excellent. We took a first-year team who never played football before and took them all the way to the end, and they won it all. Hard work and dedication. However, we did have
start.
Yeah, right in Jerry's world.
You know what I'm talking about?
But we did have turbulence along the way. And this story I'm about to tell you is all going to reconnect back, and you'll understand where I'm coming from tonight. Now, what did Moody Cuz say before I get started? The situation occurred. Moody Cuz says the situation that occurred taught these kids that if the problem, you settle it with violence, and that's not good. That is very much so true. That's the lesson they learned that night. Moody Cuz, the thing about it is, this man died on the field, whether they want to admit it or not. These kids watched this man get administered CPR on the field, breathless, lifeless on the field. That's something that it'll never leave you. These kids will always remember this. 9 years old. This is the most traumatic event in those kids' lives right now. Right now. It's never going to leave. But let me tell you something. Okay, so I'm going to set the mood for you. All right. The Fort Worth Crimson Tide is undefeated. 12U undefeated, right? The Fort Worth Crimson Tide 10U undefeated, right? On this side, the Dallas Cardinals undefeated. 10U. The Dallas Cardinals 12U undefeated. So this is Clash of the Titans for this league. Now, the 10U plays first, right? Against the Cardinals. It is a hard nose-bearing game. 10U ends up beating the Fort Worth Crimson Tide, ending their 2-year undefeated streak. Let's put this on the table, right? So that game almost ended in a fight. It was a lot of stuff going on. So they ended the game early. Crimson Tide took the L. They move on. Now, all these same parents are still on the field. Everyone's amped up. It's 12U's time to play. The disrespect really started before the game even started when they came out and we did roster check. But it's cool. We're going to let it slide because we teach our boys win with class, lose with class. We're going to battle.
Yeah.
The game is played on the field. We get on the field. This is probably and shout out to the boys that played this game for both the Cardinals and the Tide because this is probably the hardest game of the year. Like, the game ended 7-6 in way of the Tide. And this was probably the most hard-nosed, back-and-forth game you will ever see. Classic defensive game. I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, we won the game on a goal line stance. They scored. We had to stop them after getting 3 penalties back-to-back. They were at the 1, and they had a 2-point conversion coming up that they went for. We stopped them with no time left on the clock. It was some classic shit. Game over with. You take your L, you go home. Fort Worth Crimson Tide is still undefeated, but it didn't end like that. The parents on the other team were pissed off. They stormed the field. Now, we are in Dallas, right? Our parents are coming from Fort Worth.
We Fort Worth niggas.
Them parents are coming from Dallas. Dallas parents rush the field. Fuck y'all, we gonna do this, we gonna fight, we gonna do this, we gonna fight. Now, keep in mind what I advise y'all of, right? Hold on, let me go back. In-game action. First of all,
Oh, yeah.
a coach from the two players tried to jump one of our players, right? That happened. All right, we got it on film. It is what it is. Those kids are wrong, but they're still kids. You know, 2 wrongs don't make a right, or 3 of them don't make a right. But you know what? That shit happens.
As kids, we can work through that.
But then a coach from the Dallas Cardinals two-pieced a 12-year-old kid from the Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
Two-pieced him. You a grown man, and you two-piece a 12-year-old. I don't care how big these 12-year-olds are. They're 12 years old.
Jeremiah was a big-ass 12-year-old.
Jeremiah's a big-ass 12-year-old.
Hey, I'm 37, and I think twice, bro. That's a big boy.
But he two-pieced him, right?
Yeah.
So this is all that's building up in the game. And keep in mind, because, you know, people going, that's not what happened. It's on tape.
Yeah.
I have the footage. I will leak the footage. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. Because I speak facts. I'm not going to lie. So during the game also, our head coach, you know, what they say got them upset was because after we stopped them on goal line, our head coach started waving and saying bye-bye. And I can get that, you know what I'm saying? We in their house, they're a little emotional. Maybe he did antagonize the situation, right? Maybe. But you're grown. So
what's with the little bantering, though?
Right.
That keeps it interesting.
When you sit down and play dominoes with somebody and they whooping your ass,
they gonna talk
shit.
And that's okay. You bounce back.
When you playing spades with the motherfucker and you know you got him set,
yeah,
you gonna talk that shit.
Yeah, it's okay.
So in football, one thing that's known is there's gonna be shit talk at every level. What pisses me off about these coaches is they try to, and these commissioners and owners of these leagues, they try to pretend like shit talking ain't a part of football. If you've ever played middle school, high school, college, pros,
bro, pickup game. Hey, let's 10 of us get together and just throw, boys.
You gonna talk shit.
Gonna be some shit talking.
So don't make it seem like, oh, these players shouldn't be talking shit. That's what you do in football. If you can't handle it, don't play. That's a weak mindset.
Yeah.
But these parents stormed the field trying to fight our parents. Our parents are like, at this point, this day, we're actually like 85% female.
Yeah.
And we were like, no, we need to get the women and children out the field. So 2 coaches, because I want to say something. I've been itching to say this shit. Willie Green of the fucking Crimson Tide, man, you took, instead of being there with us, me and Coach Rick, and it was another coach, I can't think of his name. Oh, fuck, it's just Glenn, Coach Glenn.
Yeah.
We stayed with the women and children like, it's 50 of y'all. We not going to let y'all get to these women over here. When they out the field, we'll lead the field.
Yeah.
Because y'all need to lead the field. No, we won't. We're not scared of y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't an intimidation thing.
Give us the time to
give
pack
us
up
the
our
time
shit.
to get out. Yeah, we got, y'all didn't have no chairs, so we bring our own chairs. Had to bring our own coolers. So we packing up our stuff like you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So we can go get in our car and go home. These niggas talking shit. Coach Green go get in his car like ain't shit going on. Like ain't shit going on.
You run the organization.
You don't. Not only do you run the organization, you are the Crimson Tide president. You're also head coach of the 10U, in which you saw the drama on the 10U. You were on the field when you saw our player get punched, and by the coach, and as well as the other player get punched by the other players. You did nothing. In addition to that, you sat your ass in the parking lot while, when the field was finally cleared, they surrounded Ears' car. Ears had him, his fiance, his little baby, which was 1 year old, and 2 players. One of the players that got, but actually both of the players that got hit, one by the adult, one by the kids, in the car trying to leave. They surrounded Ears' car and would not let him leave. Get out the car, nigga. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. It's fucking more than 50 of y'all.
Yeah.
This man's with his wife and his baby, and y'all trying to jump him?
But ain't nothing more pussy than pack mentality.
That part. So then, me and Ricky leaving out, I go take my nephew, my nephew and my niece to the car, because I'm like, y'all need to go home, because this ain't going to end too well. So I head back over there, and I'm like, what's going on? We had one player from one of the coaches from the Crimson Tide, Coach J. I'm going to put you out there, because it go both ways. Like I said, I'm a truth teller. Sorry, Coach Jeremy. Coach Jeremy talking about, he going to go to the car and get the yapper. So this set me off, because I'm just like, why the fuck are you talking about going to the car to get a yapper? It's kids out here. So I go off, you know what I'm saying? It pissed me off. For all y'all who don't know, the world who don't know, yes, I do have listen, don't let the smile fool you. I have a very fucked up attitude. And that's just real life. This smile is really to protect you. Because up underneath this shit, I really want to whoop your ass. But that was the first time they had ever seen me stop smiling. And that's when that Hollywood came out. And I told them, any motherfucker that's going to think they're going to pull out a gun, I'm going to lay them down. I don't give a fuck where you from, what side you from, Crimson Tide or Cardinals. Because it ain't about us, it's about these kids.
Right.
And we got to set that precedence. So Jeremy got in his car. My bad, bro. You know what? I'm tripping, bro. I got kids with me. You right, fam. And he left. Now, Green, on the other hand, is still walking around.
Where's Green?
You know what I'm saying? He trying to get to his truck so he can go home. Because he don't want no smoke. And his car is still fucking surrounded. Now, I will give it to the head coach of the 10U. The old man, I can't think of the other. He may be the head coach of 12U too, but I can't think of your name. But you came out there, you was like, hey man, y'all need to let this man go home. Y'all got his car surrounded, let him go, right? So he helped clear the way, you know what I'm saying, to get him out. But as me and Rick is walking through the parking lot, the mothers of the kids are now trying to fight the mothers of the kids for the Crimson Tide. You bitches ain't talking about nothing. Yeah, I'll book the bitch ass. But for what?
You just lost a Pee-wee game.
Right. So me and Rick, we walking and we
Calm
just
down,
like,
bitch.
we like, nigga, what the fuck these niggas is doing? So as we're going to the car, just making sure, hey, we rallying them up. Hey, you need to go ahead and get in your car. Let's go ahead and go home. Let's go ahead and go home. Because again, apparently, me, Rick, and Glenn at that point in time, we cared about getting our parents home. So as we're maneuvering through the parking lot by ourselves, and these niggas are still 50 fucking deep, all of a sudden, we see my nigga Shannon with Semi-Pro Live. So I'm like, what's up, Shannon? We chopped it up, whatever, what have you. Man, these niggas tripping, bro, whatever, what have you. Shannon said, I'll be right back. I got to go check on Green, because I think Green ordered some fedia. Chicken de fedia with. And he went to go do that. All of a sudden, one of the coaches from the Cardinals, he started walking up. He walking over. So I'm like, I'm with Rick. We chilling. Again, we're not worried about nothing. I see him, he kind of looking at us, and I'm like, you know what, let's make this nigga feel at ease, bro. And, it ain't really shit. You know what I'm saying? It's about the kids. So we extend our hand like, what's up, man? You good? He lift his shirt up. He got a little punk-ass pistol up under his shirt, a little pea shooter. I'm like, what the fuck you gonna do with that? For all you niggas who don't know, listen, I am far from a little nigga. Now, keep in mind, the state of Texas has an open carry law.
Yeah, 25 pistols.
Right. What the fuck you gonna do with that? What that nigga Debo say? What the fuck? You put that gun up for you make me mad. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck you gonna do with that? First of all, I knew you didn't want the fade because you was like 120 pounds. That's out top, my nigga. You a scary ass nigga. Especially if the first thing you do is lift up your pistol when you see a nigga. Like, I wasn't even on that shit, nigga. And if I was on that shit, you would have knew I was on that shit. But you lift up your pistol. And me and Rick is just like, and what you gonna do with that shit? Like, what's up, my nigga? Again, like I said, I want you to pull it. Give me a reason. Give me a reason to lay you down. Because, listen, for all you who are gun enthusiasts, everybody, if you're a real gun enthusiast, in the state of Texas, you can't wait to pull that motherfucker out. Because the laws are designed to protect those who defend themselves. So I want you to grab that mother. Don't lift your shirt up. Grab that bitch. I want you to tug at it. So I can say he reached and tugged before I let off in your ass.
Say, when you reach, I teach.
So he moved his bitch ass on after we was like, nah, go on and pull it. We gone on. We walking towards the car. We see Rick, Tukey Daddy. You know what I'm saying? My nigga Rick came through. Rick Fulbright came over there. We sitting over there. We chilling. All of a sudden we hear, if you from Fort Worth, same nigga that didn't want no smoke. All of a sudden he get to the big group of people. If you from Fort Worth, you better get the fuck up out of Dallas.
Wait. When he was Dolo. He thought he was gonna do
when he was dolo.
He thought he was gonna be tough.
Right, and it didn't work.
Nick called his bluff, and then he tucked his dick in his pussy.
Right, and it didn't work. Oh.
And then scurried on off.
Coach Carlton was there too. He was chilling in his truck. We look up, Green pussy ass running to the truck trying to get the fuck up out of there. Well, I'm not a Dallas nigga, so I get in. But me, Carlton, Rick, and Rick, because it was 2 Ricks now, we chilled out like, who the fuck gonna make us leave?
Right.
Please explain this to me. So eventually what these niggas did was they called the cops. They had the cops come and tell us we need to go back to Fort Worth. So
Dallas Cardinals, something else.
now all this shit happened.
And all this happened last year.
All this happened last year.
Last season.
It turned out that Coach Green threw ears up under the bus and said he was the one that caused all these issues, right? Because, and I'm gonna tell you why.
He was gone.
We know. We went to Green and said, Green, it's like this. You put our safety in jeopardy. You put these kids' safety in jeopardy. We shouldn't have been playing on that field. It wasn't a regulation field in the first place. We need you as league representation, as president of this org, to go to Tavar and say the Dallas Cardinals need to go, and y'all need to vote the Dallas Cardinals out.
Let's back up just a little bit. So, you're the president of the organization,
Yes.
right? And you set up the game.
He's also part owner of the Big 12 League.
And he's a coach for...
And he's a coach for the 10U.
But when all this shit go down...
You high booking it up out there, motherfucker.
He pull up his skirt and get the fuck up out of there. In his heels.
So, this done took place. He get the fuck up out of there.
I'm sorry, Green. You know, I ain't never really talked to you, but...
Man, fuck that.
Just from what I've heard.
It is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
So this shit happened. We say we supposed to play the Cardinals again in 2-3 weeks in Fort Worth. It ain't. I'm not worried about none. Our parents was pissed, right? Don't get it twisted. They were mad, but I'm not worried about my parents coming to do no stupid ass shit.
We mad, but we still classy.
What I worried about is these niggas knowing they pulled that fuck shit, and now they coming over to to Fort Worth. And they feel like they got to be loaded up and big and bad.
But that you have to be insane, right? Fucking insane.
Yes.
To act like that when you have home court advantage, and then think you gonna double up.
Yes.
And then come to our field with that. It's like, no,
it's not gonna happen.
No, it's terrifying.
So here's what happened.
But I'm sure they were fucking terrified when they looked up the schedule and was like, oh shit, we play them in a few weeks.
Oh, in a few weeks.
And we acted a donkey.
Yeah, Eonk.
A goddamn donkey.
Eonk.
You know what I'm talking about?
So now we're saying this has become a public safety concern. Because here's the thing. There was rumored that the game before last week, the previous week, that someone mentioned that somebody from the Dallas Cardinals pulled a gun at that game as well. So, you ever heard too much of a coincidence is not a coincidence?
Yeah, it's a pattern.
And I seen it with my own eyes, so I'm not making this shit up.
Yeah.
So, we tell this to Green. We notice we ain't getting no results. So, we reached out to Tavar. Let's set up a meeting. Talk to Tavar because all of a sudden we start getting the emails like, oh, this player is suspended. That player is suspended. That coach is suspended. Why? So, when we talked to Tavar, Tavar said from Green that, oh, well, Green told us he already talked to you, Ears, and he told us he was going to handle your suspension. You was going to be gone for 2 weeks. Ain't said a fucking word. Green telling Ears that he going to get with Tavar and make sure he good because he didn't do nothing. But he telling Tavar Ears was the antagonizer behind it. Then we asked for the Cardinals to be removed because this is a repeated pattern. Yeah. This could be dangerous for the kids. It's not good. It's not good football. It's not football.
Right.
You know, they vetoed, and Green being one of them, to not remove the Dallas Cardinals because since the Dallas Cardinals gave Green his first loss, he wanted to get his lick back.
He wanted to play them back again.
He wanted to get his lick back. What kind of selfish ass shit is that?
You putting motherfuckers' lives in jeopardy.
In jeopardy.
So you can just recover from your loss.
So this is what I told Tavar at that time. I said, Tavar,
hold on. This is the first time I really understanding this.
Yeah.
Because I knew...
Now you see why I was so pissed off at Green and wanted to knock him out.
Motherfuckers is packing pistols.
Yes.
Acting a donkey at losses.
Yes.
And you can't tuck your ego in for motherfuckers' safety.
For safety. His child plays for the 10U Crimson Tide, and you couldn't even do it for yours. That's the sad part.
That's fucking terrifying.
That's the sad
like
part.
as a parent, as a coach, that's pussy.
Thank you. 1,000%.
God damn.
1,000%. Like I said, his own child plays for that. His wife comes out there. She's a part of like the concessions and the cheer and the dance team.
Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. His wife fine. Ooh, his wife fine.
Hey, auntie.
Say, I know I'm out of line. I'm sorry. I know I'm out of line. I'm sorry.
But the so as all this is unfolding, we now realize that Green does not have our best interest in heart.
Right.
And like I told Tavar, as a man, I said, when you put me in a situation where my choices are lay this man down and go to jail, or risk him laying me down and being buried and not getting back to my family, that's a choice I shouldn't have to make at a pee-wee football
right,
game.
all over football.
A pee-wee football game. These guys got to go. They decided to keep these guys. They said, what we going to do is we going to check everybody's bag when they get there. I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. Ain't nobody check my bag.
Ain't nobody check mine either.
So the shit you said you was going to do, you didn't. You didn't require everybody to have passes, to be on the field. And on top of that, it was almost a fight before the game started at roster check. Because we told you, we said, listen, there's no reason for that team and our team to be face-to-face doing roster check.
Right.
We going through roster check, they coaches talking shit to our players.
Right.
The coaches.
The players can be all the way on the sideline. They don't have to be present.
Right.
Because you're just looking at paper.
Right. You could have did the roster check on that end. We could have did the roster check on this end, and everything been good. But you didn't do that because, again, you like drama. And who came down there in the midst of everything? Coach Willie Green. Right in the midst of it. You seeing all this shit. You hearing all this shit. And you did nothing to protect the babies. Now, shout out to the Cardinals for this game because, honestly, nothing happened at that game. The kids matured this game because they had a hard-fought game.
Yeah.
And they ended with the Cardinals losing again. But this go round, instead of these boys hating each other and trying to fight each other after the game, you know what they did? While these grown-ass men were over there saying, fuck y'all, y'all some hoe, I'm gonna beat you up. These kids were dapping each other up like, yeah, bro, you good,
Respect.
bro.
Yeah.
You good. It's a respect thing.
Now imagine if 12-year-olds are acting like grown-ass men.
Like grown-ass men.
And grown-ass men out here acting like bitches.
That part. But you still put our safety in jeopardy. And to end that conversation with Tavar, I told him, I said, if you don't set the precedents now, something's going to happen. And it's going to end up with somebody losing their life.
But see, first of all, I am a card-carrying gun owner. I'm very proud of what I am packing. But I'm not one of the assholes that's out here running around waiting to shoot some shit up. Right?
Lifting up your shirt like you're going to do something.
Right. So, but at the same time, I'm carrying, I'm trained. I want a nigga to act up. You know what I'm saying? But when I heard the story about what happened at the first game, I pulled up a little heavy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Big fact.
I pulled up a little heavy.
Big fact.
Right? I had some extra shit just in case.
Because again, they come in the Fort Worth.
Right.
So I know they pulled up heavy.
Right.
So
I didn't want no shit. You know what I'm talking about? I had the vest and everything. I had baby vests, nigga. Hey, if we gon' make it to the house, we gon' make it home. So I remember after that game, though, it was a bunch of ignorance.
Yes, in the
on the other side,
Yep.
there was a whole bunch of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? When they were trying to, everybody get the kids together. Let's go. And the Cardinals were rushing their kids to get back to the parking lot and get the fuck out of Dodge, right? But Crimson
we wasn't
Tide,
tripping.
we wasn't acting like that. No, we've won, we've lost. We do it with class every time.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Even though you acted a goddamn donkey
Yep.
2 weeks ago, we not gonna act like that.
Yep.
We got some goddamn class around this
Yep.
motherfucker.
And we had some very at-risk youth.
Whoa.
Extremely at-risk youth.
Cause I could have, above the rim. Nigga, you throw him the bag, handle your
Malik.
business. Handle your business. And he 12, but he gonna handle his motherfucking business. But we not teaching him to
No.
do that. We trying to teach motherfuckers to do better and shit. So as men, we conduct ourselves like that. As the men that are around these kids, we conduct ourselves
Big fact.
in a way that we want them to.
Big fact.
But across that goddamn field, if y'all are conducting yourselves the way you want your children that are looking at you
Big fact.
to conduct themselves, these kids might as well go down to Huntsville.
Quickly.
Just go and park in the parking lot, wait for them to open the gate for you.
And the crazy thing is, so now we fast forward to this event that happened yesterday. They were on the same exact field that we played the Dallas Cardinals at, where the first incident happened.
And
at.
they acted a donkey.
They acted a donkey on that field, and someone ended up losing their life over some frivolous first down type shit. It was a non-U flag scrimmage game, and I keep saying
The
this.
game wasn't even over.
The reason why I'm specifying
Was the game over?
no. The reason why I'm specifying this is because 9U, meaning there were 9-year-olds on the field. So it's a lot more football left to be played with these kids. The second thing is flag, which means it's no contact. It's literally pulling the flag from someone's holster. You use flag as a building tool for someone who wants to play tackle football and help them work on their footwork, technique,
Agility,
speed, agility,
Yeah.
running, conditioning. That's what flag's for. And then the last thing was, the other thing was, it was a scrimmage, which means the game, win, lose, or draw, doesn't count towards either's team win-loss records for the year. And this was supposed to be a showcase.
It was a throwaway game.
It was a throwaway game. Nothing mattered. So for you guys to be this passionate about it, listen, the Crimson Tide last year lost every scrimmage game we played in the preseason. Every scrimmage game. And when I say lost, I mean like 72-0. You know, we
Yeah.
played the fucking Galveston Sun Devils, and these boys was 10 times our size. They hurt our best player, then they hurt our quarterback, and they beat us like 50-0, 50-7. But you know what? We didn't go over there and try to fight them. Hey, good game. We'll be back.
Because you lose with class.
You lose with class.
Yeah.
And we lost every game in the preseason and won every game in the regular season and the postseason. So it kills me that this young man, because this was a young man coaching his son.
Well, hold on. Let's not act like Crimson Tide just ain't got no stains on our shit.
Okay.
Our head coach
Okay, let's talk about it then. So a couple of things
did fight a ref.
to start the season in the preseason. I head coach. I'm sorry, Ears, but if I'm telling the
If
truth,
we being 100,
if we being 100 here,
Let's just be 100.
our head coach did get into it with the referee. The referee did start it.
He
but
did start it, though.
It did go viral where our coach was like, you know what? Since you want to talk that shit and you telling me come to the parking lot, let's take it to the parking lot. And our head coach did beat up the referee.
Now, there was no pistol play.
There was no pistol.
Now,
play.
granted, and just to caveat that, I am always armed, right?
Yeah.
Always armed. But when the shit go down and shit, and I see our head coach, about to handle business,
Yeah.
your ass was tending to the kids.
To the kids. Yep.
I run past you
Yep.
to go with a pistol in my backpack to go break up this fight.
Yep.
It didn't think in my mind that
To grab my gun.
as a parent that I'm gonna grab a pistol
Yeah.
and go shoot somebody.
Yeah, that's not
No.
the first move.
These babies is out here.
See, and here's the other thing too. For all you gangsters, hold on, let me not scope past it. Yeah, Ears beat up the referee. there is a viral video that came out last year of Ears with his shirt off and the taco meat showing and everything,
Bro.
firing off on the referee.
Nigga,
I
I had the Usain Bolt across that damn field, nigga. And your ass and what's crazy is when I ran, because I was probably 5 feet behind you, right?
Yeah.
And I seen what was going down. And then I double tapped you on the shoulder and then took off running, thinking you were gonna see, wait, this nigga running, because instinctively niggas is running. Hold on, let me see what your ass didn't even look.
I didn't even know what was going on, because at this time, the game was so bad, poorly ref. I mean, it was horrible. So I wanted to gather
Them
the
refs
parents.
was tripping though. Them refs was tripping. Hey,
Yeah.
dude did deserve an ass whooping though. Let's be
He
real.
did, and he actually told her, "Ears like, nigga, if you want to go over, you can catch the fade."
Okay.
The ref did. So I wanted to tend to the parents, let them know, like,
Let's
listen,
see about that.
we're not gonna do this no more. You know, and he caught the fade.
Yeah.
But fast forward, this man has lost his life.
Yeah.
His son had to see it. The kids around him had to see it. But had Tavar took heed to what I had said before,
Last year.
Last
a year
year.
ago.
not only would his team have a proper protocol about how to check the coaches, B the kids, and C the people coming in through the gates to make sure that that everyone there is in a safe environment, but none of this would have happened. None of this. It could have been all avoidable. All avoidable. Where was the armed security guard that y'all promised in the Big 12? And I saw the Big 12 statement. You know, this was not a Big 12 sanctioned game. But let me tell you
They
something.
just trying to save face, bro.
This was a Big 12 team headed by one of the Big 12's most, wealthiest owners, and the Big 12 GM / commissioner. It don't get no more Big 12 than that, because had they beat DEA, you guys would have been Big 12 in that shit to death.
Yeah.
Big 12, we the team to beat DEA in the Big 12. That's our Big 12 competition. So because it goes bad, don't try to separate yourself.
They want to wash their hands up.
Yeah, now they want to wash their hands. And that's what pissed me off even more.
Know.
Because the Big 12 released a statement pretty much trying to separate themselves from NDU, but also say, by the way, we kicked them out the league and they're banned for life and all this other shit. Man, get the fuck on with that shit, man. Listen. You telling somebody that they banned from life from youth sports, I can just change the name, get some new coaches, and bring the team right
But
back.
it's not even that.
We've seen it before.
Because the issue is the parents, right?
That part.
All they're going to do is take their child to another team and continue to act as ignorant as they've been acting.
And all these coaches are going to do the same exact thing.
Right.
Go to another team and be as ignorant as they've been doing. Oh, this is going to be an opportunity for, I can merge NDU with the Cardinals. We're going to take over. Not saying that's not going to happen, because I'm not trying to shit talk the Cardinals, because it ain't about them. The situation that we had with the Cardinals was our situation back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that was just a heated rivalry. I hate that the adults made that game, made it go bad as it did.
But the lessons that could have been learned,
Yes.
could have taken those lessons and applied them to this season. And motherfuckers just chose to wash their hands of the situation, and now we have this situation.
Because after the season, the Cardinal parents, man, they cool as a fucking fan. We done chopped it up, done had some laughs, we done laughed at some shit, let some shit go. That's what it's supposed to be about.
But also, I think, I remember our home games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our home games, there's a field, a fence around it, right? One way in, one way out type situation.
Yep.
You can actually put somebody at that fucking
At
gate.
that gate.
2 motherfuckers at that gate, check bags.
Yep.
A man and a woman, because
Yep.
you need a woman going through purses
Yep.
and shit.
Yep.
You can do that. You can't do that at the open ass fields.
Yep.
Where motherfuckers is just walking up. He running back to his car and coming back.
Yep.
You know
It
what I'm
shouldn't
talking
be
about?
like that.
It shouldn't be like that. Ain't
Shouldn't be
safe.
like
that
that.
ain't safety. That's scary.
It's one of those things where where's the police officer that's supposed to be on duty? Because honestly,
they didn't want to pay that man.
back to you bitch ass gangster niggas. Like I'm on some Charleston White shit right now, because what he's saying is true. You niggas is gangsters. So y'all gangster niggas seen this nigga pull out a gun. What was y'all guns at? What was the protection at? You niggas is gangsters, so murder is nothing. What were you niggas at? What were you niggas at? Like that's the shit that kills me, bro. Like you want to box over a street that ain't yours, a color that you don't own. You know what I'm saying? Like you niggas want to do over some stupid shit. But these 9-year-old kids that's being shot at a fucking video game. At a fucking football game. What were you? What was your gangster then? Where was Mr. Let me pull up my shirt? Where were you niggas at to allow this shit to go down like that?
He was a nigga that shot him.
Because back in the Gap, that nigga wasn't gangster. That nigga was a whole bitch.
A reckless ass.
That nigga was a reckless ass nigga who was getting his ass whooped and felt like, I ain't gonna let no nigga clown me. How the fuck you get beat up when y'all jumping a nigga? That's the real question. But at the end of the day, it's like, it shouldn't even come to this shit.
It should not.
You niggas should have been like, hey man, we not gonna do this around these babies. But you hardcore thug ass niggas, instead of stepping up, that nigga wouldn't even be. Listen, one or two things would have happened. If this shit, this would have been last year. Number one, he wouldn't have made it off the field. Let's just be clear about it. He wouldn't have made it out the field. Number two, he wouldn't be able to leave the field. Even if you got the gun from him, he wasn't going nowhere. You going to jail that night. We not going to do this because you just traumatized a whole slew of black and Latino kids.
Yeah.
NDU is a predominantly black team. Let's be clear about it. North Dallas underdogs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got long live 3 on your fucking jersey patches. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should mean something, bro. You talking about long live 3, but are you preaching gun violence to these kids so they understand why it's long live 3, or is that just a cool slogan to put on your shit because Mo 3 is from North Dallas? Then on top of that shit, you got fucking Talib. Nigga not even from...
No, say that. That needs to be said.
The nigga's not from fucking Texas, first of all.
Say that.
So for another nigga that's from out of town to come into your town and try to take over your shit and tell you what to do, nigga, y'all some pussies. That's just what it is, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck if he in the NFL, won 7 rings, all that shit, nigga. Pay homage, nigga. You think you can go to Houston and don't pay homage with Jay Prince? It is what it is, bro. Ain't no out of town nigga coming to Houston and run Houston. That's why Dallas so weak as it is right now, bro. The whole Metroplex, bro. You niggas will let an out-of-town nigga come into town to dictate what goes on in your town. What type of shit is that? So this out-of-town nigga just shot a nigga and killed a nigga that actually meant something to the community. Woo! Just killed the motherfucker that meant something.
And hold on. Because ain't his brother was the one that's looking that they supposed to be putting a warrant out for him? Is his brother, ain't it?
Yeah. Interesting, ain't it?
Very. Very.
So the fucking Big 12, because NDU, y'all are done. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know, they tell me they gonna give the parents back all their fees and all this other shit. It ain't. So who gonna pay for their therapy? Because these kids gonna need therapy. I mean, they just saw a dead man. First time in their life, they outside of a funeral.
The nigga that they've seen alive.
But not only they see a dead man, they saw a fucking murder.
Yes.
So who gonna help with that? Who gonna help with these traumatized babies that probably ain't gonna want to play football no more because they scared?
I guess even more importantly, though, what are we going to do? What are y'all going to do to make sure this doesn't happen again?
Nothing. It's a money trap.
Because there are things that I say we just as a parent of a football player, ex-football player. My son don't do that shit no more. But there are things that can be done at these fields by these coaches, by the organizations that can be done to make sure that this doesn't happen again. As coaches, you need to be checking your motherfucking parents. Stay your bitch ass in the stands.
Yeah.
Don't bring your funk ass out here, okay? Stay your bitch ass in the stands.
Yeah.
When they blow the whistle and the game is over, you gather up your son, you get in your bitch ass car. I don't want to hear no shit out of you, okay? I hear shit out of you. Your son ain't playing 3 games.
Ain't playing 3. Yeah, that's real shit.
3 games. Not ain't no 1. Don't even bring his bitch ass to the field. And I'm keeping your money.
I'm keeping your money. Yeah.
Don't bring your bitch ass to this motherfucking field.
That would have been punishment for me. Is not only did you kick him out, but ain't no return on fees. Because here's the deal.
Yeah.
If these niggas try to come back 1 year, 2 years later, 3 years later, they gonna recruit from the same parent pool. Yeah. Hey man, you know, we back up and running, you know, we apologize, you know, all that stuff behind us, because it's kind of like high school. It takes 4 years to cycle out that generation before you move on, right?
Yeah.
So if they wait 4 years to try to do it again, then what?
Yeah.
The thing about it is, when you keep a motherfucker's money, that's the real lesson. Because I lost my money for some shit you did. So now I'm not fucking with you, and I'm gonna tell the next person try to fuck with you, don't fuck with you.
No, they don't know how to act.
That's just what it is.
You switch, go to another team and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Us coaches talk.
Yeah. Then that's just what it is.
Wait, you got Earl, son?
Oh, you not finna fuck on my organization.
Just saying, you might want to watch him. Soon as the motherfucking whistles blow, he gonna act stupid.
That's the real lesson.
And then that's coaches to parents, right? From organization to coaches, you need to be warning motherfuckers. If any of your motherfucking parents act stupid, You suspended.
You
And
suspended.
the entire organization
Yeah.
suspended for 3
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, and that's
Don't-
how it's supposed to be.
You might well clear your schedule. We don't even want to see y'all.
Parents ran on the field.
Yeah.
And that
So-
should
so
never happen.
let motherfucker touch this goddamn field. You ain't no coach, you ain't
that
no
should
player.
never happen.
No. 3 games. You out of there. It's the end of the season. Y'all got 3 games left to the championship. You can go and cancel that shit. We good.
So the Big 12. Big 12 want to be the big league. You know, y'all done, up the team fees and done bring in all these teams. So it's only obvious that you want to disassociate yourself with NDU and Tavar is no longer the GM and all this other shit. And yeah, Tavar got some responsibility with it. I don't like the fact he tried to kind of disassociate himself and big up NDU for the shit that he did. But at the end of the day, Tavar didn't pull no trigger. Did he miss the warning signs? He did. Did he not listen to me last year? He did. And from what I was reading earlier, apparently the game before that, that same coach threatened to shoot somebody. So you didn't take heed and say, hey, man, you got a gun over here? Because if not, you can't be doing that shit.
Yeah.
We don't do that over here. But he didn't do that. So you brought that on yourself. But what I will say is the Big 12, I said it on my Facebook. You're a bunch of thieves, hustlers, and bitches. And I mean that in the sense of all this shit's a money grab, y'all. If you're familiar with pyramid schemes, the Big 12 should be right up under the menu. Y'all need to start fact checking. Ask the Big 12 to produce their 501c3 and figure out what's going on with their 501c3. Ask some of these teams y'all playing for to produce their 501c3 and figure this shit out. Because I'm going to let you in on something else, the reason why I'm not coaching this year as well. I tried to donate money through my job to the Big 12, right? I want everybody to be clear on this. Mm-hmm. When my job, who is extremely credible, ran the numbers for their 501c3, they noted that the 501c3 for that organization was suspended 3 different times and was currently inactive. So
Currently,
when that happens,
but they taking motherfuckers' money.
yes. So for everybody who don't know what a 501c3
Boy.
means, that means you're classifying yourself as a non-profit organization. When you don't have a 501c3, that means your donations that you receive are not for non-profit. They are considered for profit, and that means that you need to pay taxes on them. 501c3 gives you a tax exemption. All right? So when my job came back and told me that and sent me the paperwork and advised the reason why they weren't active was because they didn't submit the proper documents and they had been reached out to get the proper documents, that became a big issue for me. So when I started asking questions and nobody would answer them, ain't nothing else I can do. So if you are wondering why the coaching staff for the Crimson Tide 12U outside of Coach Ears did not go down to Florida to play in that national championship game, outside of Coach Green not helping his team as the league president get down to Florida, this is why. Let's just be clear about that shit, because we gonna lay it all out there tonight. This is why, because number one, there was piss poor planning from our standpoint. Our president of that team, of our organization, had 3 teams that qualified for national championships. Coach Carlson team, our 12U team, his 10U team. To start the year off, Green only anticipated 1 team going to the national game, and that was his 10U team. He never expected for his 12U team to go undefeated like we did, especially after seeing us in the preseason. It was so disrespectful at the organization. Everyone knows the 12U teams always play last. He would move our time slot to ahead of their games so his 10U team could play last because they were the flagship team. The disrespect. So,
But imagine moving them up, moving your team back, and then the 12U team wins, and then you lose.
and then you lose. And then you lose.
That's how you end the day, huh?
So the disrespect was real, the lack of respect, and then also the lack of communication. You know what I'm saying? As a man, if I'm reaching out to you to talk about something, as a man, you hit me back. I don't want to talk to your representative. I don't want to talk to what's the little SA name? I can't think of his name, but the little SA that coached over there with the 10U2, my nigga Paco. No disrespect to you, Paco, but I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to Green. because I'm a man just like he is. You ain't no better than me, my nigga. Like, everything you think you can do. See, the difference between me and you is you a hustler. You a hood nigga that hustles. I'm a hood nigga with a corporate mind, my nigga. And what you gonna learn is there's a difference between trying to be a thug and a corporate thug. See, everybody fears, the thug on the streets, nigga, but the real gangsters are these corporate thugs because they figure out how to get rid of shit. Donald Trump, that's a fucking corporate thug, nigga. And you don't even realize. See, the problem is, Green, everybody feel like they can't be touched. But when a nigga could shut down your whole organization based on shit you do illegally, that's a corporate thug. I was upset with you for the longest. I'm just keeping 1,000 because of how you handled these children. But now it's like, I ain't got to address you. You want to be a pussy, you don't want to talk, that's cool. I am okay with that. We don't have to have no conversations. We ain't got to do none of that shit. But the Big 12, just understand that the actual Big 12 league is not going to take too kindly of you guys using their imprint or their image or their likeness to promote this league, which is obviously now for profit, that resulted in the death of another coach who was actually in a non-profit league with the proper 501c3 at a 9U game that evolved into shooting death. They're not gonna like that. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a cease and desist coming soon, very soon, because you guys are viral. Shade Room, TMZ, Media Takeout, motherfucking me, Smash the Topic. All this shit is viral. Monday morning, I promise you. Listen, the reason why I know, because I've been tagging ESPN all day. Monday morning, this story will be running on ESPN, right? And when they do their research on NDU, they going to say, Big 12 League. You probably going to get phone calls, people reaching out, trying to get interviews and shit like that. But I promise you, Channel 4 has already ran the story. This is going to make, man.
Fox 4 News.
Quickly. Clarice Tinsley may be asking you for an interview.
Man.
So, this is what happens when you fuck over people for so long and you don't think there were going to be any repercussions. Y'all been on this money bag shit, trying to fuck over these teams and fuck over these people. Man, fuck y'all. At the end of the day, you know what? It is more qualified leagues out there that are well-deserving, that care about these kids and make sure these teams got what they need versus you motherfuckers. Y'all are trying to back a motherfucker who didn't give a fuck whether his teams made it down there or not to go to nationals. That's the shystiness of this nigga. He didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. As long as his team made it. But it's all good. It is what it is. I cannot wait. I hope you parents don't nut up and y'all really stand together and take the fucking Big 12 down. Because like I said, these niggas have already not only have they not taken responsibility, but they're trying to shy away from it and make it just seem like, oh, we don't condone that. You do condone it. You've been condoning it, bro.
Yeah.
It's on tape. I got the videos. I know some of these parents at the Dallas Cardinals got the videos. I know my nigga Shannon Humphries with Semi-Pro Live got the videos. There's footage out there if you want to find it on motherfucking YouTube. Just type in Dallas Cardinals versus Crimson Tide 12U Semi-Pro Live. Shout out to Semi-Pro Live. Keep doing what you're doing, Shannon. But there's videos out there that shows all this shit. It's all documented. And I hope you as parents are at home right now and understanding that the people that are head of your organization, they don't give a fuck about you. And if you feel like them kicking you out the league is them really doing something, that's the equivalent of Joe Biden saying, I'm going to suspend student loan debt. And your student loan debt is already paid.
Oh, man.
Like, how many of y'all at home right now waiting for your student loan debt to be canceled?
Everybody.
And it ain't happened yet.
No.
NDU was back. Listen, that's the bare minimum right there. Oh, they've been kicked out and Tavar been removed as general manager. They killed somebody.
Yeah. Who gonna resurrect this man?
Right. What else was y'all gonna do? I hope this man family sues the fuck out of y'all. That's the first thing. I hope they bankrupt every last cent y'all fucking got. Every last one of your board members from Texas to Oklahoma to Louisiana to all these other people. I hope she launches a civil suit against y'all that'll make your mama cry, nigga. If she need footage to show this is a repeated pattern, ma'am, I will give it to you on a fucking platter, hands down, because there's nothing I can say, there's nothing I can do that's ever gonna bring your husband back, that's ever gonna let your kid unsee this, but I can do this shit. I can take down the Big 12 and the bitch ass niggas that's really causing the issue in this fucking youth sports. These niggas should not, these grown ass men should not be living their life through these kids, betting on these kids' games. Like, these kids is 9, 10, 11, 12. Why you putting this pressure on these kids?
Go bet on the Cowboys.
Right. Go bet on the fucking Cowboys. You can do that professionally. It's legal.
Yeah.
It's in Vegas.
Little backroom gambling
Right.
shack shit on
You
some damn
at the fuck,
kids.
you doing gangster activity at a kid, bro. That's not cool. That ain't what that's supposed to be. So fuck you niggas. I'm gonna do everything in my power. Listen, I ain't never promoted the Big 12, even when I was in it, because you niggas was janky promoters. You niggas was Russell Red and what was Ice Cube name in that motherfucker? You niggas was janky promoters. You know what I'm saying? That was you niggas. But I'm finna listen. The promotion I'm finna give y'all, boy, you gonna think I'm Warner Media TV. I want y'all all over the news, everywhere. They gonna start. They gonna remove y'all trademark. Y'all just gonna be that little league team. It's that little league that has like, see, y'all ain't gonna have these teams, bro. Look, all y'all, I'm telling you, y'all better get y'all money back now. A hurricane's coming.
Hurricane King.
Hurricane King coming. what Moody Cuz in his comments, he said, sadly, punishment should be the kid can't play if their parent is acting up, or the kid should be removed from the league because the parents forcing the parents to keep they cool. And then he said, more than just the league, all leagues need to learn from this and make adjustments to keep our children safe. Moody Cuz, I think that's part of it. So I'm like this. The Bible says the sins of a father will pass on to the child, right? Yep. Now, I know that it wasn't necessarily, I don't know if he had, the person who did the shooting, I don't know if he had kids on the team or not, but they are representation. They are, when you're on that football team, these people, it's kind of like you going to school. These coaches are your guardians. You know what I'm saying? So it's they responsible to make sure, you know, you safe out there, make sure you getting your water, make sure you're not hurt, playing injured, you ain't got no concussion. It is their responsibility. Their livelihood is in your hands. Unfortunately, this coach made a stupid ass decision, and honestly, it to teach the lesson that needs to be taught, everyone should have to pay for it.
Yep.
There shouldn't be anybody on that roster that should be able to, like, I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to play football. I'm saying that you ain't gonna get your money back. And I know that sounds harsh because a lot of people say, well, I ain't do nothing. That ain't how the law work though.
Nope.
If you commit a felony and if you with somebody that commits a felony and you were there and didn't report the felony, you too will be found guilty of that same felony, yep, even though you didn't do nothing. And that's just what it is. And it's a lesson to teach the kids, like, kids, the reason why you're not playing is because the adults did this. It's not right that the adults did this. I'm so sorry, but you got to understand in life there comes consequences even though you weren't directly involved.
Yeah. That's
the lesson that needs to be learned.
And it's important that as parents, you pass on that lesson. But the parents have to acquire that lesson to pass the shit on.
Yeah.
And like just banning the team for life is nothing, dude.
It's a little league team. Like, all the team gonna do is change the name and come back under somebody else. Yeah. They gonna lie and say Talib ain't the owner and he gonna be front running and it's still gonna be his team. He gonna be at every goddamn game like Jerry Jones. It don't make no sense. Now, I will say this, semi-pro, because this is, you know, the semi-pro world is reminds me of so many similarities of what Little League is now, right? With the players fighting each other. I remember back in 2000 and I want to say 14, 15, we were playing the Dallas Bulldogs, and the Dallas Bulldogs have been undefeated for like 5 or 6 years. Like, they hadn't lost a game. And we played them with the Stampede, and it was a scrimmage. We beat them niggas. Mm-hmm. They were mad. Whole fucking brawl broke out. Niggas get Coach Santiago, shout out to him, got hit in the head with a helmet, had to be carried out with an ambulance. Yeah.
Shit.
What they didn't know was Coach Santiago was a police officer.
Ooh, shit.
So as soon as he got, you know, his son got him up, you know, he took him on the ER, whatever, what have you. Footage started coming out. People were charged.
Yeah.
I said that to say, everyone thinks they're getting away with something. There will always be consequences. We need more, you know, the shit. I'm going to find y'all exactly what the Big 12 said they were going to do. All right?
Well, see, and that's the thing about it is they are looking for one man, right?
Yeah.
But if you watch that video, it was easily 5, 6 motherfuckers who jumped on them.
And they need to be charged too.
Women too, bro. It was at least 2 bitches.
Yes.
It was try to jump on this man.
So this is what the Big 12 said they're gonna do. They said men are not allowed to have any bags of any kind, no exception. So I just put my gun in the female bag. Anyway, a constable / police officers.
That Hellcat fit.
That part.
You know what I'm talking about?
The constable or police officers are required at all fields. Okay, well that should have been a requirement anyway.
Right.
Clear bag policy in effect for all women and girls, along with no coolers of any kind.
Wait, no coolers?
You, as the Big 12, don't supply water to these kids. There were several games where we had to go get somebody, a parent, to go out and get water to bring to the field because you didn't supply water. So
wait. So no coolers.
No coolers.
You have all these 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds running around in this hot. It's Texas.
But listen,
it's Texas. 106, bro. And no water, no cooler.
This don't benefit the people because if ain't no coolers, guess what you got to do? Buy from the fucking concessions. That part. Money grab.
Boy.
They say all fields are required to have metal detectors wands at the front gate.
Okay.
That's cool. It says, but when you got people coming on the field, players wearing metal pads with metal buckles, metal belt, how accurate are you going to be?
Right.
It says, because you don't even want me to get into a story about the 12-year-old that brought a gun to the field. And that's a whole nother story to practice.
Yeah.
So, like I said, that's cool and all, but they wear metal all day. It says all Big 12 events will be a gun-free zone. Guns are not allowed in stadiums on school grounds regardless of license. You should did that a long time ago. And again, how are you going to determine if there's a gun in somebody's car? You don't have the right to search. Police officers don't even have the right to do that. Organizations are now also required to carry organization insurance. Why wasn't that a requirement before? Let me tell you something. One thing I do know, hold on, because
this nigga on fire.
Rest in peace to Dre Sims. I owned the semi-pro team. We used to play at Arlington Heights High School.
Yep.
Right? One thing I know about renting these fields is they require you to have field insurance. So if anything like this happens on the field, your field insurance can cover it and the family can sue that. I hope the family of Michael actually hears this so they do know they also can go after NDU's field insurance since they were the ones that got the field. And if they didn't have it, that was negligent within itself.
I'm going to say, because this wasn't exactly like a school field.
Right. But it was Lancaster. It was a Lancaster Park is what it was. But you even any type of field, soccer field, anything, you're required to have that insurance. That should have been automatic in the first place. If y'all were going to get in these schools with these fake ass 501c3s and not getting organization insurance or field insurance, that's a violation within themselves. These schools should stop fucking with you.
Yeah.
Off top. And then lastly but not least, any organization not complying with the agreed upon rules for the season will be suspended from the league for the remainder of the season. What does that even mean? So if I bring a gun, and then he says, hold on, let me go back, because the Big 12 also wrote on the page, because somebody said, I'm cool with everything that's been said, but what the fuck you can't bring a cooler is for the kids. Nobody packing guns in a cooler, but the Big 12 responded and said, this is not for teams playing, this is for the spectators. Here's the problem with that, though. It wasn't a spectator that brought a gun to the field. This was one of NDU's coaches. So now you're going back and saying you're not checking coaches. These rules don't apply to the coaches. It applies to the spectators.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. So hold on. So if somebody violates, right? And they say if anybody violates, you'll be suspended for the season, right? As a parent, right? If I violate these rules, does my child's organization get punished?
It should.
Oh, it should.
It should.
But is that something that they considered? Because again, I went to all the games.
Yep.
I was armed every time.
Yep.
But if they won me down, right?
Mhm.
And plus I'm ignorant, nigga. You tell me, okay, y'all searching shit. I will throw the Hellcat in a Ziploc bag and I will throw it in the cooler, right?
That part, and we gonna be good.
And we gonna be good. And if you get stupid, you think I'm reaching for a water bottle, somebody getting wet. But like as a parent, if I violate, does the organization get punished?
It should.
It
And
should.
that is something that they should take in. Like I said, the sins of the father, you know what I'm saying? It should bear down to the son. And that's what they need to do. But the Big 12, like I said, it's a money grab. You know, they ain't going to do too many violations because they don't want to lose their money. And they don't want to risk any of these teams not coming back next year. If I was any of these teams, I'm sorry.
I
I
looking
would
for
not
another league.
be there.
Yeah, I go look for another league.
I would not be. The Texas Youth Association is Texas Youth Sports, whatever it is. I'm pretty sure they would be happy to take on all these teams that are out there.
But see, what else is crazy is at the time when Keelan was playing for Crimson Tide,
Yeah,
Lauren was cheering for TCU.
TCU.
And it was literally like a whole different world, bro.
Yes.
But as an organization with TCU and with their league, it was so crisp, bro.
Yes.
It wasn't no smoke. There was a cop. They played at Poly. There was a cop at the gate every time. Granted, I still got my shit in. But there was a cop at the gate every time.
Yeah.
The only scuffle and the only issue that we ever had, that I witnessed, right, was an old black man that was talking shit to a Mexican girl who was pregnant. And he was sitting in that top row and he was talking crazy to that Mexican girl, right? And I'm at the gate because Lauren cheering right there. I'm watching my baby girl. I heard commotion going on, and then he started talking shit to her, and then the friend snuck off. I seen her sneak off. She came back with Mexican girl husband, and dude was highly pissed. Somebody talking shit, babe. Somebody talking shit back. He got tattoos on his head and shit. I'd be scared to fight this motherfucker. He was big ass Mexican.
That's where you got a point. Him.
Yeah, but he was on 10 when he came around there. Somebody talking shit, babe. Who talking shit? Nobody's talking shit, babe. Nobody's talking shit. Who's talking shit? Oh, it's him? Oh, shit. And realized it was just an old ass Mexican dude. He laughed the shit off. And that was the end of it, bro. It was like, you need to chill talking to my gal. And then the motherfucker realized that's a big ass Mexican. Hold on, let me check myself. It's like that was it. And that's the only altercation that I saw the whole season, bro. And it's like, as an organization, bro, they tell everybody, we don't want no shit out of y'all. Okay? We want no shit out of y'all. It ain't no shit because of it. You know, Big 12 on the other hand, say Wild West.
It was always some shit.
It was always
some shit.
Nigga, and it's so professional, bro, with every fucking game, just everybody classy. The kids classy, the coach is classy. You know,
I was classy.
And say you can't speak for your counterpart.
I can only control myself.
They was something else.
I can only control myself.
But I think it's a culture. It's the same way you meet black people, you know, from a certain neighborhood, and you meet black people from another neighborhood across town. It's like, as a culture, what y'all do over here,
Yeah.
we don't do over there.
Yeah.
We don't do this at my side. And as a nigga who goes back and forth, like, you can see, shit, these motherfuckers actually do act different. These niggas is ignorant.
I'm gonna tell you, it's one of them situations where I knew from a not organization but being organized standpoint, we were in trouble. But see, and I knew this because the other teams were having the other youth teams, the 10U, I mean not 10U, 9U, 8U, 7U, to 12U. The only team that was organized was the 10U. See, a lot of people,
Strange.
right? Which was the only team that was able to go to Florida adequately get to Florida was the continue. That's the only team that they provided transportation for. I mean, it was a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, when you're not playing, when you have an organization that don't give a fuck about all of the kids, like this is what's gonna come. You're supposed to plan all this out. These parents were struggling with these kids. You know how many kids we had to get on their ass because they was affiliated. They wanted to be affiliated with gangs, and it was glorifying this shit. So we had to stay on these kids to keep them on the straight and narrow. And honestly, when they would fuck up, they would not play.
Yeah.
We would bench your ass. A lot of people could say what they want about Coach Ewers, but when it came to that shit, like, nah, bro, he can't play.
Yeah, if your mama
went with it.
If your mama tell her something,
yeah, you gonna get this
sitting down. You sitting down. You running.
Yeah, he gonna get you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it. You know what I'm saying? We all had different methods of doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think that in our own way, we reached a lot of these kids. And for the most part, we did everything we could to help each one of these kids. See, the thing about it is we taught them how to win and be winners. Because I remember my boy, I'm going to call him Pooh. And Pooh used to come to practice crying and shit. And, he was one of the biggest boys on the team. Didn't want to get hit. Crying like a little girl.
Yep.
And his transformation and his confidence after that, through the fucking roof. It is one of the proudest moments that all the coaches had, even the parents, because we didn't think he was gonna make it.
Right.
And I was so proud of him at the end of it because he persevered and he saw that, damn, if I do work hard, I actually can get good at this.
Well, you already bigger than everybody else.
You're already bigger than everybody else.
You just don't know that you bigger than everybody else. And I think that's one of those things is I won't say we because I wasn't coaching. I think as an organization, y'all taught him that you can be big, bro. It's okay. It's okay to be big in a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because you are bigger than everybody else.
Yeah.
But you a fucking bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
And you steady going throughout life.
We told him, like, everybody think you soft, bro. It's
dominate,
how you wanna
bro.
Be.
It's okay.
Yeah. Do you want to be known as a soft nigga?
Yeah.
I mean, I told him the story about Big Friendly.
Yeah, that's what happens when
I told him the story, not all of it, but I told him like how in middle school and high school and even elementary school, he was the biggest kid around campus. And he got the nickname Big Friendly because he was fucking soft. Like,
and I think through life it finally got to him and he overcompensated.
Exactly.
He overcompensated for the lack of for trying to be small.
Yes.
It's like it's okay to be big, bro.
Yes, it is okay. And no one really got with him and showed him, hey, let's dominate this. Let me show you how to maneuver through this. It's more, for him, I'm so proud that he understands that it's more than just football. Yeah. Because we had conversations about, hey, it's okay to be a nerd. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It is, nigga, it is perfect. I was a nerd in school.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Go through it. Yeah, I played sports. That was cool and all, but I was happy about this book shit.
Yeah.
And him getting that confidence, proud moment. But
shit, nigga, when you hit them 30s, nigga, them nerds winning.
The nerds winning, yeah.
And in them 20s, nigga, maybe the football niggas is winning. In them 30s,
but when that shit run out,
nigga, them nerds, when your body start to shut down, hey, nigga, them nerds, that mind muscle, nigga.
When you sitting back still, your body still healthy, you got a bad bitch in your side, and you making a shit ton of money.
Yeah, them nerds winning.
It hit different.
Yeah.
And that's around the time frame you want to win in life anyway. Because if you start winning too early, you end up with teenage pregnancies.
Facts.
That's just real shit. Well, we're going to go ahead and get to the conclusion of this motherfucking episode because, quite frankly, fuck the Big 12. I mean, it is what it is.
Say it one more time for me.
Fuck the Big 12. and I ain't talking about the Big 12 college football. We talking about the Big 12 youth organization that is not taking responsibility or holding themselves accountable. This is a build-up of things. But we're going to go ahead and get into these final thoughts. Going over there with Mr. Jenkins.
My final thoughts are, put simply, as an organization, as a record label and a crew.
You did.
fuck that, bro. Nah, for real. I think as the adults around these kids, we need to be conducting ourselves as adults, as the men and women that we want our children to be. And if you ain't prepared to do that shit, you can spend your little money, nigga. You sit and you watch from your car. You know what? Homie is out there with the cameras. He gonna be on Facebook Live, nigga. You stay at home and you watch that shit. Because when you out here with these motherfucking kids, you need to be a stand-up citizen, right? You need to be showing these kids that as black people, I ain't even talking about Mexicans and white, as black people, that we can conduct ourselves with class, we can win with class, we can lose with class.
That part.
You know what I'm talking about? And if you are not prepared to be that example, stay your bitch ass at the house.
That part. Moody Cuz, final thought. Oh.
That motherfucker ain't here. Put your final thoughts in the comments, nigga.
So, check this out. These motherfuckers, I had to sit up for this shit. These motherfuckers gonna lie to you. They gonna tell you that, oh, that's probably a salty ex-coach and all this other shit. Let's just be clear about something, all right? I want to put this out there. I chose not to go back to the Crimson Tide. Ears chose to go ahead and lead the Crimson Tide. Rick chose to lead the Crimson Tide. Coach Cam chose to lead the Crimson Tide. The other coach, Rick, chose to lead the Crimson Tide. Let's just be clear about that. There ain't nothing salty about it, nigga. We won. We went undefeated with a first-year team and won and beat every team in that motherfucker. We ain't got nothing to be salty about. What this is about ain't about saltiness, is holding people accountable for their actions.
Yeah.
And I think we have to make sure you separate the difference before you allow somebody to try to come in and spin the narrative. NDU, organization, coaches, parents, y'all wrong.
Out of there.
Y'all wrong. It never should have went this far. And you should be asking yourself right now, how did it go this far? Big 12 or youth organization. You know how it went this far. And this is where your accountability comes in. Because you know how it got here. You know when it got here. You allowed it to get here. And I'm telling you, like I say again, check the records. This ain't no down talk because, you know what? The 12U organization for Crimson Tide was wrong. We accept our responsibility. The 12U organization for the Dallas Cardinals is wrong. They accepted their responsibility. We all good. We all I and I.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was still something that needed to be done. Even if you said, you know what? We don't know which organization started what, so both of y'all got to go. Both the 12U from the Crimson Tide and the Cardinals can no longer play in the league. We would have been pissed off.
But you would respect.
But you did what was best for the babies.
Yeah.
We gotta respect that shit. There's nothing else I can say about that. But you chose not to do that because you wanted to get these games going. NDU wanted to get their lick on the Cardinals. The Cardinals want their lick back on us. And Coach Green and his team, you want his lick back on the Cardinals. Which had nothing to do with child safety, which is what myself and Coach Rick and Coach Ears was telling the commissioner of the Big 12 League.
What's the commissioner's name?
Tavar. Back then. That's what we were telling back then. So when we see stuff like this, you got to understand I'm not talking from a place of hate. I'm talking with passion because seeing this happen to somebody else, I realized that really could have been me.
Yeah.
The story I said when I said I have to make a decision on whether or not somebody going to lay me down or if I'm going to lay somebody else down, that was true story. And if Tavar man in his word, he'll co-sign everything I'm telling you. If a real nigga going to tell real shit. And at the end of the day, you have to be held accountable for that. You can't just let that shit be swept under the rug because a motherfucker try to pop up and act like he's the hero when he really the villain. Yeah. That's like Lex Luthor saying he got the cure for cancer, but he filling everybody up with kryptonite so he could be Superman. That's all this shit is. NDU's out the game. You know what I'm saying? NDU's gone.
Yeah.
So now this is the opportunity for, you know, the Tide and who else step up to win the championship because now NDU out the game. And then we looking like the good guys because, yeah, we got rid of them. That's all we had to do. So people quit talking about us. They going to put all the focus in it. No, because you bitch-ass niggas could have did something about this a long time ago. And honestly, the reality of it is you knew what was going on. You knew the grievances. You should have been questioning Tavar at that time when he didn't decide to make the right call and remove teams after guns were pulled back last year.
Right. And
you should have questioned him as a commissioner then. But you didn't. You moved forward with him when you did the expansion. So you know what? You get what you pay for. Now, I hope you pay a lot more. I'm praying for that family. Like I said, I hope they sue the fuck out of the Big 12, and I hope they sue the fuck out of Talib and his family, and I hope they sue the fuck out of y'all insurance, because this shit is pathetic. No one should have to lose their life, especially in front of their child. This shit is something he gonna have to bear his whole fucking life, and it is sad and it is pathetic.
Over something so simple.
You owe these 9-year-old babies deserve better than what you producing. With that being said, that's our show for the motherfucking day. Fuck the Big 12. A gentleman never kisses and tells.
And a gangster never fucking snitch.
And we up out this bitch.
You did.
Moderator!
Moderator. Moderate your ass.
Man. Fucking wicked. You know, that shit is fucking crazy, because these niggas is really trying to deny any type of responsibility for this shit.
Yeah, they trying to wash their hands, trying to save face.
Nah, they trying to say, man, it ain't no way in hell any team. I don't care if you kick the team out or not, nigga. I'm not finna play with. Man, this league is dead. Where's the next league? Please take us on.
But that's the thing. All you gotta do is kill one person.
Yeah.
I'm good. Nigga, my cousin got shot at Stilettos, nigga.
Yeah.
Lost his life. I ain't been to Stilettos since.
Yeah.
That's
all
all
it
you gotta
is.
do is kill one person.
That's all it is.
Oh, that's what we doing?
I ain't going back no more.
I'm good.
That's
Nah.
all it is.
I don't want no
I
problem.
mean, it's so funny because I be telling Kay, she be like, oh yeah, we going to this club. They had a shooting there.
45 minutes talking about the Big 12.
Yeah. Fuck them.
With they punk ass. City boy! City boy! Sorry.
I had to